G'day guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you why out of all of the different headphones that are currently on the market, why I actually ended up going with the Apple Airpods Max. Now if you guys like this kind of content, don't forget to hit the like button, get subscribed, and let's begin. Alright guys, so this video, it is a bit of a story in terms of how I got to this decision, and I really do think that if you watch it from start to finish, it will make a lot of sense. It's not necessarily a review about the Apple Airpods Max. There is a million video reviews on these headphones, and I will be talking about them, but probably not as in-depth as some of those other dedicated reviews. This is more about the justification and how I actually got to that point, that decision that the AirPods Max were going to be the perfect headphone for me, and why they might be for you as well. So unfortunately what happened a few years ago, right, is I had an inner ear infection, which meant that I actually couldn't hear out of one of my ears, which was possibly caused by wearing in-ear headphones that had some bacteria on it, and also me being a bit of a creature of habit and maybe picking at my ears when they were feeling a little bit, like they were inflamed or swollen, which probably agitated things a lot of the time. That's what the doctor said anyway, and I have had many ear infections over the last couple of years, I think 4 or 5 now, and I never used to get them in the past. It never used to be a problem for me at all, but what that means now today is that I'm very, very cautious about anything that goes in my ears, me touching my ears, or anything that could possibly cause me any discomfort, because when they do get infected, it generally takes me a couple of weeks at least before they sort of return to normal. I have to buy antibiotics, and it's just really annoying because I can't, hear properly, and I love listening to music and playing games. And when you can't do that with a pair of headphones, it is very, very frustrating, and it's also quite painful, right? Now you guys can probably see on the channel, I've actually gone ahead and tried a lot of different headphones from companies like Dudios and Paymu, who make in-ear headphones with noise cancelling. I've tried companies like Logitech and Asus who make gaming headsets, and I've tried audio headphones for like listening to your voice and for audio monitoring from companies like AKG. The problem with, I guess, having all of these different options is I'm constantly having to like fight the battle between, convenience, audio quality, and I guess, the fit and the finish. So my objective was to try and find one pair of headphones that I could get that was going to be really comfortable, wasn't going to go in my ear, was going to be over the ear and not touching my ear cups, or not touching my ears at all, so I can avoid any sort of discomfort or irritation, and something that was going to sound really good across listening to music, playing games, or creating content for YouTube. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably really concerned about the Apple, the price tag, right? They are a very, very expensive pair of headphones. As of making this video on the Apple website, they go for about $899 here in Australia, but they have actually been on sale at different times on different websites through authorized resellers, not sort of, Facebook Marketplace or anything like that. And I actually ended up getting my Apple AirPods Max for $699 with free shipping, and then I paid about $10.50 for the cable. So that sort of puts my total investment at about $710 for these headphones, which I know sounds like a lot of money. But here's the thing, right? Let's say you've got a pair of, Apple AirPods, which generally speaking cost between $200 and $300. And then you've got a gaming headset, which costs maybe $200 and $250, something like that, right? There's obviously cheaper options out there, right? But I'm talking to those of you who have sort of picked the best headphone for traveling with, going to the gym, and the best headphone for, maybe listening to music and playing games. So you've invested about $500, $550. So here's me trying to sell you on the idea of Apple AirPods Max. They only cost a little bit more than both of those, solutions, if you want to call it that. And you have one amazing pair of headphones that can do everything. I've watched a lot of reviews on the AirPods Max from an audio perspective, from a gamer's perspective, a Windows user perspective, and everyone has said really, really good things about the Apple AirPods Max in terms of their audio quality and just how well they perform. Now, in terms of different headphones that I actually went out and tried, I tried pretty much all of the flagship headphones from the sort of the top brands in the wireless on-ear, over-ear headphone space. So I tried, the Bose QC45s, the Sony WH-1000XM4s, I think that's what they're called. I'll put a list just up on the side here so you can see all of the ones that I tried. But we tried Bose, JBL, Bowers & Wilkins, B&O, Sennheiser, Yamaha. What else did we try? Audio Technica. Like, we tried a lot of different headphones, all ranging between $300 and $550 here in Australia. Now, what I found with most of these headphones is, in terms of the build quality and the materials that you were getting, none of them come close to the AirPods Max, right? Most of them had fake leather or cheap leather with a combination of plastic, and they weren't super comfortable. And if you're looking at spending $500 or $400 on a pair of headphones, you want the build quality to be at least something that represents the price that you're paying. In terms of audio quality, most of them were okay, but I wouldn't say any of them were like outstanding. I would say that probably the top two were the Bose and the Sonys. The noise cancellation was all, pretty average, to be honest with you. Most of them, when I was testing them, was in a retail environment, and I could still hear a lot of people around me and stuff. And so even though that wasn't a big thing, I was wanting a pair of headphones that had some pretty good noise cancellation, and they were all just sort of okay. Then when you look at the Apple AirPods Max and you go in and you try those in the Apple Store and you listen to the music and you turn on the noise cancelling and you put them on, you feel them, you can really see that, Apple is just sort of so far ahead in terms of the features, the fit and finish, the audio quality, but they are the most expensive as well. So, I tried a lot of different headphones, Sony's, Bose's, Yamaha, Sennheiser, Audio Technicas, JBLs, and none of them, in my opinion, were anything close to the Apple AirPods Max a year later, today. Now, one other thing to consider is most of them didn't have some features that only Apple has, which is things like Dolby Atmos support, listening to lossless music over Bluetooth with the chip that they built in. I don't know how they do it, it's magic, but you can't necessarily get lossless music, I guess, wirelessly. Apple is the only one to have sort of done it, and that's because they control the phone, the chip, the software, and how that all works. So that part's amazing. Their noise cancellation was definitely the best. The spatial audio, being able to like move your head around and feel the sound around you, is just something that you really need to go and experience if you haven't experienced it already. The buttons just made a lot more sense on the Apple ones, in my opinion. Having the crown to do the volume, as well as your play, pause, and talking to Siri, and then having only another button for turning on the noise cancellation, the transparency, and all that kind of stuff, is just sort of second to none, in my opinion. It just makes so much sense. The fact that when you take them off, you've got that head detection, so the music automatically stops, and then when you put them on, they automatically resume. The pairing is just like, it's instant, and you can use it across multiple different iOS devices and macOS devices really, really easily. So there's just a whole bunch of things that Apple is doing that the competition just, I don't think, is ever going to get to, just because they don't have that really, really sort of tight-knit integration between the software and the hardware. The other thing is, when you're talking about, my PC, I'm going to put my PC hat on here, you can still plug these headphones in with a Lightning 3.5mm audio cable, which I plug into my audio interface. So when I've got them on and I'm playing games, I'm playing through my PC, games sound insane. Playing Call of Duty Warzone, a lot of the times I can hear things that I wasn't able to hear before. I still get noise cancellation whilst gaming, which is just something else that really is just like the icing on the cake. Not being able to hear sounds of cars or the TV that's on in the background is just insane. It really gives you another level of immersion. And then if you take them off, the sort of the audio stops. I mean, it doesn't pause on the PC, it just sort of mutes itself on the headphones to conserve battery and stuff. But the fact that you still have some of those features and play and pause and stuff like that is just, it just makes it feel like I'm getting one product now that can literally do everything. Now, I'm saying pretty much all of this based on, me using them for probably about 3 weeks now, and I have absolutely no regret. I know that they are the most expensive, but it means that I don't have to have multiple different headphones for different purposes. If I want to go for a walk outside, I can take these. If I want to travel, I can take these. If I want to play games, I can do it. You know, I mean, if I want to be, you know, on an airplane or in a car or in an office and, you know, take phone calls, not be able to sort of hear anyone else in the room around me, these will literally do everything. So I do think, honestly, that if you are someone who is considering maybe having multiple different headphones and you've already spent that money or you're thinking about getting something else, I would definitely say consider spending the money on these. Consider it like an investment in your hearing, in your comfort, and you don't have to worry about mucking around with different devices all the time. And one other thing is that you can buy Apple Care for these headphones, which I think cost me $79 here in Australia. And if I damage them, worldwide, I can get them replaced for like 45 bucks, which is just incredible. No other company offers sort of any sort of extra warranty and support that I believe like that. So that's just something else that you might want to consider. So that being said, I really do hope that this video has helped you. Thank you for listening. I know I've sort of rabbited on for about 10 or 15 minutes about this, but I do think if you're on the fence about getting them and you're in the same sort of predicament like I was with having multiple headphones or having something that was just going to be a constant experience the whole time, I really think you should consider getting the AirPods Max as an investment. I've been using them, like I said, for about 3.5 weeks so far, and I honestly have felt like this is possibly the best decision that I've made for a long time in terms of me purchasing something. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hit the like button, get subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.